Today I am headed into my antique booth and I really need to redo the focal point. So I'm going to take all of the fall looking stuff out of the focal point and replace it with something fresh and bright and new for the new year. So let's go inside and see what we can accomplish. There is my focal point, and that's what I'm going to work on today. So all of this fall stuff is going to be moved. Maybe not the red stuff. I have an open spot right here, so I think I'm just going to start piling stuff from here into this open spot and possibly also just pile some stuff here on this shelf. Okay, here's the way the focal point turned out, and I'm happy with the way that it looks. Overall, I have had this enamel plate in the booth forever. These are my Corelle Old Town Blue cups. This is the condiment caddy that's new. This is Metlox. The pattern is called Red Rooster cream and sugar set. And I had so much of the Johnson Brothers, I had to put some down below. Here's more of the Red Rooster Metlox, more of the Johnson Brothers English China. I really like that mid-century red pot. Just rearrange some things. There's my swanky swigs. My hot pot that I still have, the single oil bottle missing the vinegar bottle, but I like the way it looks with the hot pot and the Japanese stoneware. That's Sango, the butter dish. Here's the new hand-painted Russian vase with a sort of matching ladle. You could also use that as a spoon rest, and I think that would be pretty. Just some retro-looking cookbooks down there. These are my Temperware by Lennox cups. They've been selling pretty well. My covered wagon metal art. I've had it forever. My Corelle cups in various patterns. These are Apricot Grove. I really like that pattern. This is my Pfaltzgraff. Sold the gravy boat recently, but had another one to put in. Those are new salt and pepper shakers, but I thought they looked pretty with the tea rose. Just some mid-century looking cookware, and these are my Japanese stoneware plates that looked very fall-like to me, so I moved them. This is Lennox Chesapeake. It's a tea set. Here's all of my Corelle. I have quite a bit of it. There's the snowflake garland. There's the spring blossom. The butterfly gold. The copper filigree on the milk glass. That's pretty. And this is called Woodland Brown. It matches the Pyrex pattern, Woodland Brown. So I've got a bunch of that stuff in the booth. This spongeware I've had for so long that the price tag is faded and I need to redo that. Cute kitchen timer. More Japanese stoneware. Tundra. Trying this out, and I like the way it shows off the blue cornflower little small bowls better. More Pfaltzgraff in the village pattern. I've had those forever. And I really like this shelf. It's very colorful. It's the first thing that you see when you're walking down the store aisle is this shelf right here. So I want it to be colorful and attractive. That's Churchill. That's Anchor Hocking, the tulip pattern. I love that juice carafe. And down here, just what little Fiesta I have left. It sells pretty well for me. This is a cup and saucer. The color is rose, and I just think it is so pretty. A little bit more Fiesta, some frosted glass, and then this mid-century modern cream and sugar. I just really love the shape of it. I've had it for a while, though. It will find its person eventually. I'm asking $20 for that set. My Hummel music box. It plays Edelweiss. It plays really nicely. This is also doing well for me, this center display with my glassware in it. Here is some smoky mid-century modern stemware. I'm asking $8 for those. A Libbey glass. I only have one. I liked the pattern, even though brown is not super popular. And these are actually Pfaltzgraff drinking glasses. Again, in that smoky color. And then I've got some Viking down here at the bottom, and then these are Anchor Hocking. The pattern is Central Park. These are the vintage ashtrays that I have left. Took the Christmas tree out and put these ashtrays right back in the front and center of the booth as you walk in, hoping to go ahead and sell these. I've had them for a little while now. And of course, my Beanie babies. These are my crocheted animals that I make myself. This is my favorite one. I just think that the octopus is so cute. Asking $20 for those. A lot of time and effort goes into crocheting. I really like this faceless Amish figurine. She is a belle, but I've had her for a while as well. I'm asking $18 for her. And of course, I have some Delft here along with her. Delft is actually pretty popular for us. Anchor Hocking, banana split dishes. Nobody makes banana splits anymore. That's a shame. Had these for a while, asking $20 a piece on those. They would also be pretty as a catch-all tray or a trinket tray. I love the green color on these hand-blown goblets. And these are Libbey. Dusky blue tulip is the color there. Those are Mexican, asking $16 a piece on those. I may need to mark those down. I've had them for a while. Some Fireking milk glass. Just a basic white swirl pattern on those. Not as popular as something with some color on it. A Kobe colander. Well, overall, I'm really happy with the way the focal point turned out. The store was very crowded and there was just a lot going on, so I didn't want to be in the way for too very long, but I hope you enjoyed the little reset and a little tour of my antique and vintage booth here in Ellijay, Georgia. Thank you so much for watching today, and as always, I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.